Today, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, this is the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons taking on Dwayne Haskins and the Washington football team.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Washington football team and the Atlanta Falcons.
Younghoe Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Set to go, Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And we are underway from FedEx Field. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And now we see Dwayne Haskins, the Ohio State Buckeye, in his second year in the National Football League, ready to lead this Washington offense.
And for Dwayne Haskins, a little bit of an uneven season for the former first-round pick. 7 starts as a rookie. Team went 2-5 in those games, but I did see him get better. I thought his last couple of starts were his best ones of the year. He's a guy with big potential, big arm, but remember, was just a one-year starter in college as well. Plenty of experience yet to be gained.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
They run with a former Buccaneer. It's Peyton Barber. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here as the Falcons defense yet again drops him behind the line.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. From the gun, it's Haskins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Atlanta takes the field. Their offensive leader, of course, Matt Ryan, the former Boston College Eagle.
I always enjoy reflecting on Matt Ryan's career at this stage because when he came out of the draft, he was the number 3 pick overall. There were plenty of doubters out there about whether he should have gone in that slot. I don't think you can find any of those doubters now. One of the top quarterbacks in the NFL.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley there to make the grab. And the Falcons have taken the early lead.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Younghoe Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this carries into the end zone. And Sims says, let's bring it out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard.
The next drive coming up here for the Washington offense. And as they get set up here, Charles, let's talk about their win in Week 1 over Philadelphia. Great division win for them. You know, it was at halftime, actually. They were down 17-7. It was Dwayne Haskins who gave an inspiring halftime speech. And then they come out and score 20 unanswered points to get the 27-17 victory. And really, the defense, I think, led the way, right? Didn't they sack Carson Wentz 8 times?
They certainly did, and remember how they've been building on that defensive front for a number of years now? Wow, that really paid off big in this ball game. But I go back to Dwayne Haskins. Ron Rivera, he was, getting some medical attention at the half. How great was it that Dwayne Haskins stepped up, first year as the true starting quarterback of this team, and took him under his wing, and then played really well in the second half. That was a monster win for Washington, a win in the division, and I think that team really needed it. Great hope for them and their fans.
Broke a 6-game losing streak to the Eagles, and you mentioned Ron Rivera. Hats off to him and all he's been through health-wise to get that Week 1 victory.
Yeah, how about this? They go on the road next week. They take on the Arizona Cardinals. That's going to be fun.
It's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Now it's Haskins. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Barber on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. He'll get 4 yards of the carry there, and we will get to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Falcons 7, Washington nothing.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's a handoff to Barber. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. It's a 6-yard run. Leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Here's the Pro Bowl punter Tress Way on to punt for Washington, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Throw on 1st down with Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And got his man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one goes for 36 yards.
Able to hit on a big play right there in the 2-minute drill. And now they've got a chance to use all the remaining clock and build on their lead right before halftime.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw is Ryan. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Younghoe Koo, the kickoff for Atlanta.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25. Time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. Haskins looking to throw on first down. And that's complete. It's Sims. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now Haskins to throw it. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. He's able to find Inman. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but it's going to be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he'll find McLaurin this time as that's complete. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Haskins back to the air. The 3rd down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. So now on 4th down, Washington will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
Washington 3.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Now here come the Falcons again. Get set for their next offensive drive. Yeah, the Seattle Seahawks were their Week 1 opponent, Charles, and Seattle came into Atlanta, got the 38-25 victory. So Now the Falcons coming off back-to-back losing seasons, and 2020 not off to a promising start. But the offense was able to move the ball. I mean, Matt Ryan threw for 450 yards, the second highest total of his career. Although I guess, CD, you could probably say that some of those came when they were down by multiple scores.
And that's how it works. You know, you end up having a team get out ahead of you. You have to throw the ball to cut the deficit. They did that to stay competitive, and they have a good quarterback in Matt Ryan and able to get that done. But this is a team that really played well down the stretch last year. They'd hoped that momentum would carry over. They've got to get it back in a hurry because they're 0-1, and they go on the road to take on a team that's 0-1. And the Dallas Cowboys, before Week 3 against Chicago, they need a win, and they need one in a big way.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking downfield for Jones. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. So we've hit halftime here, and as we expected, looking at the clock, a very quick first half of play, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you gotta expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And this will make it into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
Brings up second.
All right, CD, I want to fit in your preseason predictions here. This is now our 5th year together in the booth. Hard to believe time flies, but it's an annual tradition that you tell us how you think things are going to shape up in each conference. Let's start with your thoughts on the AFC.
All right, let's start in the East. I like the Bills. In the South, I like Indianapolis despite their loss on opening day. In the North, I like Baltimore, and out West, of course, I like Kansas City. For wild cards, I like the Chargers coming out of the West. I think that in the East, New England is going to get the nod. And then out of the North, I'm taking Pittsburgh. Remember, we got that extra team in the playoffs this year. And then when the playoffs break down, I do think it's going to come down to Baltimore and Kansas City in the AFC. And Baltimore, by a nose, goes to the Super Bowl.
And just to be different from you, I like your conference championship matchup. I'll take Mahomes and the Chiefs heading back to the Super Bowl yet again. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
48. Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just got to shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first. On 1st down, Ryan. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller. All right, this gives us a chance, Charles, to go back to your playoff predictions. We covered the AFC. What do you see happening in the NFC?
All right, let's go with the division winners. Dallas in the East.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. From the corner, it was Kendall Fuller with a sack.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Looking deep for Julio. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Intended for Julio.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20.
First possession of the second half now for Washington. And, Charles, they trail by a couple of scores, but if they could put a good drive together here, it'd go a long way toward getting them back in this football game.
And if you're looking at a checklist of things that they need to do in the second half, job number 1 was getting a stop, wasn't it? So, big check right there. Now they want to see if their offense can build on that momentum.
Haskins in the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at the 20. Off of play action, he'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Dontrell Inman, the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Throwing again. Haskins. His throw incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Haskins will throw. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
That's good.
That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, it's Haskins. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at FedEx Field. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Haskins. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again. But now it's 3rd down.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked up by DeMonte Kazin. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
Landon Collins.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Looking downfield for Jones. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. And with a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Haskins, and his pass incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's going to have to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. He gets it to Thomas. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for it with Haskins. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. But down 2 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it, and it didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
And it's 21-3. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it.
10-3. Younghoe Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Sims says, let's bring it out to the 25. Now we get another look at Washington on offense.
They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Falcons are close to finishing off this football game. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Touchdown!
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point.
And they open the lead up now to 25 points. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
Younghoe Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This will make it into the end zone. And Sims says, let's bring it out to the 25.
At their own 25.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And they don't get the reception. Incomplete. So now they're down to 17 seconds remaining. 2nd and 10 now. Haskins.
Yet again, Haskins is intercepted. 3rd time.
Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
Haskins pass intercepted. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. Little insult to injury here late in the game. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
Falcons 31, Washington 3.
And that one will go down in the books says just a one-play drive and then 3 points tacked on to the end of it. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Takes over 1st and 10. At their own 25.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Landover.